Few religious figures in American history have sparked as much intrigue, devotion, and controversy as Joseph Smith, the founder of Mormonism. From his claimed visions of God and angels to the translation of sacred texts, Smith's life is shrouded in both faith and skepticism. But one of the most debated aspects of his legacy is the Book of Abraham, a scripture he claimed to translate from an ancient Egyptian papyrus. Was it divine revelation or a complete fabrication? Let's take a closer look. Joseph Smith was born in 1805 in Vermont and grew up in a deeply religious yet fractured Christian landscape. According to Smith, at the age of 14, he experienced a divine vision where God and Jesus Christ appeared to him, instructing him not to join any existing church. This would set him on a path to establishing what would become the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, or the LDS Church. Smith's most famous claim was that he translated the Book of Mormon from golden plates given to him by the angel named Moroni. This text became the foundation of Mormonism, but Smith's reputation as a translator would face even greater scrutiny when he introduced another ancient text, the Book of Abraham. In 1835, an unusual set of artifacts arrived in Kirtland, Ohio, home to the early Mormon community. A traveling exhibitor named Michael Chandler was selling Egyptian mummies and papyri, which had been brought to the U.S. from a tomb in Egypt. Seeing an opportunity, Joseph Smith and other church members purchased some of these artifacts. What happened next would become one of the most controversial moments in LDS history. Smith declared that these papyri contained the writings of none other than the biblical patriarch Abraham. He claimed that through divine revelation he was able to translate the ancient text, revealing an account of Abraham's life, including his dealings with Egyptian pharaohs and visions of the cosmos. This translation became the Book of Abraham, which was later canonized as part of Mormon scripture. For decades, Smith's translation was accepted on faith, but in the 20th century, a major challenge emerged. In 1966, portions of the original papyri that Smith used were rediscovered in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. For the first time, modern Egyptologists could analyze the documents with scholarly tools. Their findings? The papyri had nothing to do with Abraham at all. Experts determined that the text was a common Egyptian funerary document known as the Book of Breathing, used to guide the deceased into the afterlife. The characters and symbols bore no resemblance to Smith's claimed translation. This raised a serious question. If the papyri weren't actually written by Abraham, then where did the Book of Abraham come from? In response to these findings, the LDS Church and its scholars have put forward several explanations. Some argue that Smith wasn't literally translating, but was using the papyri as a catalyst for revelation, meaning the Book of Abraham was divinely inspired rather than a historical document. Others suggest that the missing portions of the papyri might still contain the original Abrahamic writings. Critics, however, see this as evidence that Joseph Smith fabricated the translation. They argue that if Smith had truly possessed divine ability to translate, he would have rendered an accurate interpretation of the Egyptian text. The controversy remains a major point of debate between historians, Egyptologists, and religious scholars. Despite the controversy, the Book of Abraham remains a sacred text for millions of Latter-day Saints. It has deeply influenced LDS theology, particularly beliefs about premortal existence and the nature of God. Whether seen as an inspired revelation or a historical misinterpretation, the story of the Book of Abraham continues to be one of the most fascinating chapters in religious history. So what do you think? Was Joseph Smith a divinely inspired prophet, or was the Book of Abraham a work of fiction? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more deep dives into history's greatest mysteries.